Welcome to the Social Bee podcast with your host, Louise Brogan. Every week, Louise will be bringing you a podcast all about women entrepreneurs, talking about their challenges, their goals, and inspiring you to either start your own business or grow the business you have. Visit www.socialbni.com to join our community and pick up some lovely freebies to start marketing your business online today.
Hello and welcome to today's episode of the Social Bee podcast. Today I want to talk to you about how to write an article for LinkedIn. And when I'm talking about articles on LinkedIn, these are longer than the post updates or status updates that you might have on your LinkedIn account. So first of all, LinkedIn posts and status updates are limited to about 1,300 characters, but your articles can be 125,000 characters in length. So writing articles actually really helps to raise your visibility and show off your expertise on LinkedIn. How do we find people's articles? So if you go and click on my profile as an example, so it's Louise Brogan on LinkedIn, and scroll down, you'll see the About section and you'll see my recent articles and activity. So the articles and activity box, in this box, the last article you wrote, and that could be something you wrote in 2016 or could be something you wrote yesterday. It is literally the last article that you wrote on the platform, takes up half of the articles and activity box. Have a look at a few different people's profiles and you'll see the difference with people who've never written an article, people who are creating post updates, and people who are just commenting on other people's stuff. And you'll notice that actually having an article in there pops out at you. And this is one of the reasons why I think you should start to write articles, or at least have one article on your LinkedIn personal profile. Okay? So, how do you choose what to write about on your LinkedIn article? You're really looking here at trying to establish some thought leadership, showing people that you are an expert in your field and that you have knowledge about your industry. News and updates about your industry are great topics for articles. You could also answer questions that you get from your audience over and over. So when you meet somebody and that you tell them what you do, what questions do they ask you about what it is that you do? If you're in a Facebook group that has your ideal clients in it, see what questions people are asking in there. What I actually do is keep a record on my app, an app on my phone called Notes. And when I think of a good question that people have about using LinkedIn, I write it in there. And that gives me ideas on what articles or blog posts to write. You can also repurpose posts from your blog. So if you have a website with a blog on it, you can repurpose that content as an article on your LinkedIn profile. If you are writing conversation starters in your status updates on LinkedIn also, and you're getting a lot of engagement on that post, that could give you a good topic to write a longer form article. So once you've decided what you want to write your article on, and I have to say, if you want some help with this, this is exactly what I do with people. Help them to create a strategy around building their thought leadership and their expertise and really growing their visibility through using LinkedIn. That is what I do with people. So if you're interested in finding out more about how I can help you with that, do pop over to socialbni.com/work with me and you can see how I help people to do that. So when you know what you want to write about, then literally here is how you can physically create your article on LinkedIn. Go to your LinkedIn newsfeed, and at the top where it says start a post, you'll see underneath it says write an article. So you click on that link and it opens up a whole new window called the LinkedIn Publishing Tool. You'll see a space for image here, and then you'll see a space for your headline. Your image is going to be really wide and not very deep. So it's worth finding an image that fits that space so that you're not, if it's a picture of you with other people, that you're not cutting people's heads off, making sure that it fits and also that it's going to work on mobile. Remember, 70% of people are accessing social media platforms through their mobile phone. So you don't want to be too small in detail. You want people to be able to actually be able to see whatever it is in your picture. Then you're going to choose your headline. So think of a headline that will grab your user's attention in the feed, or if they're looking at your profile, and make them want to click through to read your article. What is your ideal client or ideal audience looking for? How-to headlines and number headlines work really well. So for example, 7 reasons to start writing LinkedIn articles today, 5 reasons you should be updating your LinkedIn profile. That kind of stuff really works well on the platform. Next, you want to outline your article in a way that makes it easy to read. So one of the things I learned, most valuable things I learned in my whole year of doing a master's in computing and information systems, and I wish I'd paid more attention at the time because it really has stood me well 19 years later, is human-computer interaction. So how we as human beings interact with what we're looking at on a computer screen. And what really, really works is white space. So rather than writing out your whole article as a big chunk of text or writing it in capital letters, write it in a way that makes it easy for us to read, and find a font that people like to read as well. It's amazing how quickly we are turned off if it's hard to read something online. So use shorter text paragraphs, intersperse that with images. It makes it easier to read, and it also really helps with people accessing it through the mobile app. Add in subheadings, add in quotes. If you're listing something out, put in bullet points. You might want to emphasize something with bold type. So you might want to have the quotes in the middle, and this is where LinkedIn formatting actually really helps. Say you write something out and you want it to be written as a quote at the top, you'll see the little quotation marks. If you click on that, it pulls it into an italic and puts it in the middle of the screen and really separates out what you're saying. So formatting your article, really important. The formatting toolbar allows you to select heading styles, apply bold type, change things into italics, underline your text, create bulleted lists or numbered lists, and use a quote style. Linking to an external source in the body of the article, you would select the relevant text and then click on the link icon, enter the URL and click apply. If you need to stop, pause the podcast, go and do that and rewind, then please feel free. Okay. So include your images and video. So your article should have an image at the top, as I said before. And actually the size of that is 744 by 400 pixels. I get a lot of my images for free from Unsplash, and you can just credit the photographer as a thank you. Really, really good quality, high quality images in there. And then also include images throughout your article, again, making it nice and easy for people to read. So there's a plus sign that appears at the left-hand side of your article when you finish a paragraph. And that will, you can add in your links and your videos and your images or slideshows with the menu options on there. Okay. You can also embed Instagram posts or tweets as well. So there's lots of different things you can put into your article. Okay, the next thing to remember is to have a call to action in your article. So this could be asking people for their comments. So, give someone a reason to actually leave a comment underneath. Ask someone to get in touch with you. Share a link to your website, to your podcast, possibly other social media platforms. What you're really looking for is someone to leave a comment. And if someone does leave a comment, and this applies really to all of your social media and your work on LinkedIn in particular, if someone does leave a comment on your post, please respond to that comment and leave them a reply. Number one, it's really polite. And number two, it helps you actually with the algorithms, which are the special mathematical codes that decide on what how many people LinkedIn is going to show your stuff to, or also decides what LinkedIn is going to show to you when you go to LinkedIn. So the more interaction you get on your articles or posts, the more people will be shown that article as a result. Okay, hashtags. When you share your article into your LinkedIn feed, so basically you write your article, you leave your call to action, you have your images, everything, you proofread it, Even copy and paste all of the text into a Word document and run a spelling and grammar check on it. Really great idea, especially if you're trying to show your professionalism to people within your industry or your clients. You don't want to have silly spelling mistakes or grammatical errors in there. But then when you've finished your article and you've posted it or published it, you share it into your personal LinkedIn feed, and there you would add hashtags. So add up to 3 hashtags on your share of your article. There's no point in putting hashtags inside your article. It doesn't have any effect on the number of people your article is shown to, apparently, but it does have an effect on your LinkedIn posts themselves. So go figure. When you're sharing your article to the newsfeed, tell your network why you're sharing the article and then add your hashtags. The hashtags you are already using regularly will show up first. So if it is about a different topic, so say, for example, I was writing something about an event rather than about LinkedIn strategies or LinkedIn training, I would have to go and find new hashtags because mine right now just shows me regular LinkedIn training, LinkedIn hashtag, LinkedIn strategy, LinkedIn profiles as my regular hashtags. Okay. So you've gone to all of this work of finding out what to write, getting the right images, writing the article itself, which, can take a bit of time, and then sharing it into your newsfeed. So don't just leave it there. You've got this good quality content in your profile. You can view the analytics for your posts for 60 days on LinkedIn, but analytics for articles are available for 2 years, which is fantastic. Now, if you've never seen the number of views on, or the data on the views of your post, you have to have at least 10 views on your article before you can get access to that data. But then share it, reshare it again, your article. Don't just leave it there. So I have several LinkedIn articles that still get comments a year or 18 months after they have been published. Okay. My most viewed article on LinkedIn is the one that is how to write a good headline profile for LinkedIn. I have quite a lot of viewers on that article. So if you're going to reshare that article out into your LinkedIn newsfeed, pull up one point out, a discussion point out about it, to spark conversation in the newsfeed and send people off to your article. Okay? So for example, if your article is about 10 reasons why someone should attend your live event, list 1 or 2 of those reasons the first time you reshare the article. And then if you reshare it again in a couple of weeks' time, list some of the other reasons. You'll see podcasters using this tactic really effectively on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And just use the same method to get more views and reads of your LinkedIn articles. Okay, analyze the performance of your LinkedIn article. So if you are doing several articles over the space of a few months, go back and look and see which ones are really resonating most with your audience and try and work out why. Is it the topic? Did you write a longer article? Did you include more discussion points? Did you have more calls to action at the end? Check out your analytics for your articles. How you do this is when you click on your profile image on LinkedIn and select View My Profile, scroll down to the Articles and Activity box, click on See All Articles, and then choose the article that you want to look at the analytics for, okay? On the bottom right option in grey, it'll say X numbers of views of your article. A pop-up window, it shows you then the analytics for your article, and you can see the number of views, whether anyone else has reshared your article. You can also see where the people who have viewed your article, where they're coming from, by which I mean the company they work in, their job title, and where they live. You can also see how most people found your article. So for example, I had a recent article and it had 5 people viewing it from my local council. And I had 8 people had the job title founder. Other people were executive director or business owner. I had people viewing it from Belfast, California, Blackpool, England, Cincinnati, and Guildford in England. My article was found mainly through LinkedIn.com. Okay. Why does this matter? If you've posted an article and several people from a company have viewed it, what I then do is I click on that company. It takes me to their company page. I then can see who is in my network, who works at that company, and I can reach out to them. So a little bit of investigative work, which could lead directly to some business for you, okay? Another reason would be if you run events or speak at events and all of your viewers are from one particular